This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world. As Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yeah, hey, welcome America. That's right. It's always about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Welcome to Home Talk USA radio program among all our great radio affiliates all across this great country. This is the Invent America part of our show, a part of our family, where me and my co-host, Miss Rita Crompton, the Inventor Lady, we actually talk to young inventors and entrepreneurs and pretty much walking you through the blueprint that if you have a product or an idea, you really want to listen to this hour because we can prevent you from making all the financial mistakes that come along with basically being inexperienced. So don't forget, though, we are streaming live on the World Wide Web at the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. And now I'd like to welcome my co-host, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Hey, Rita, how you doing since last week?
I am fine, Michael. It is so good to talk to you. I was almost said so good to see you. And one of these days we'll make that happen. And I want to add the line, the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of all ideas.
Yeah, I like that. A pursuit of all ideas. But
and the cool thing is that so many, we've had on some older inventors. And when I say older, I mean like they're hitting 80 with brilliant ideas. And we can have inventors that are, and today's guests are all in high school or younger. So inventing doesn't know an age limit.
No, that's right. And, when I saw, when we had our production meeting a couple of months ago and you was laying out some different topics that we really need to cover, when it got to the these young inventors segment where we talk to the young minds, because let's face it, this is going to be the future of our industry, the future of our government, the future of our sovereignty, is that we got to get the young people involved. And it's just as simple as that, So
well, and I used to go, and I was a judge at the Invention Convention in Colorado for the fourth graders.
Wow.
And so, there's a lot of schools out there that really now help the kids understand, that inventing is what this country has been made of for hundreds of years. If you couldn't fix the problem on the wagon train died.
Well, let's talk.
So, it's everybody invents where their comfort zone is and where their aha moment is, and it's wonderful.
Well, let's talk about some of our inventors. Who you have as our guests coming up shortly?
All right. Our first guest, and, forgive me if I say the names wrong. The first one is Suchita Srinivasan. And this young inventor has invented a domestic violence alerting device. I mean, that is really sophisticated for a sophomore in high school.
Wow.
So that one, that is our first one. And then our second one is Sanvi Keskar. And Sanvi has invented a tool that prevents waste. And that's a big deal, for the generation growing up, is that, it is all about, taking care of, the planet and even your own backyard. So minimizing waste and taking care of things properly. So we're excited to hear about what that is. And then our final guest is Juli Shively, and she has helped all these young inventors around the U.S. and internationally as far as, what to do and how to get their product to the marketplace. So she's going to talk a little bit about her outreach and her organization and stuff. So we're excited to hear about, how our young inventors are being cultivated and taught the right way to, get the product developed. But that's only one step, and that. I mean, it's one thing you've got the idea. It's like, now what? And so, both of these guests are in the now what phase of, they're patent pending, but now what? And I had so many people contacting me after our last show saying, all right, I need an attorney. I need someone that's going to do a prototype for me. And so it was my first chance to really promote our new sponsors.
Well, that's great. And let me ask you this now. Now, at the end of the hour, you're going to be giving also some information, some breaking news information on how to be on the show. What's the process, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's good. We want to hold that thought right there. And but there's a lot going on right now. But mainly what we're trying to do with the InventAmerica segment of Home Talk USA is try to give a good, honest path, a blueprint. So you don't make these big financial mistakes that you can make. That, when we first started this show, the horror stories that we were hearing from, shady patent attorneys, and it just was amazing. Oh,
I know. I've got one where we're just now in the process of doing a licensing agreement, and I can't wait to get this young woman on. She has got an absolutely amazing story, and, the one company that we're talking to, they cannot wait to get their hands on this. And it's because she suffers from this thing that she fixed.
Yeah.
And they were just amazed. So, we've got so many good inventors out there, and she's in her 20s. So she is a young inventor as well. And so the big thing I think is, I get inventors that say, I'm too old, I'm too young. No, brilliant ideas can come to any of us. God will plant a brilliant idea in anyone and then give you the tools to go with it. And we're one of those tools. We are. We're one of these groups that says, okay, no, do it this way. No, this is your next step. Figure this part out first. And that's what we do on InventAmerica. We do InventAmerica because America invents.
Yeah.
And we're there to help.
Very well said. And another thing is the decision is the licensing compared to manufacturing it your own. And that's the dilemma that comes at the end of this. They both have pluses and minuses. They both, so I'm looking forward to that. Well, there's the music. Rita, I got to step away. We have to step away. Got to hear from some of our great sponsors. When we come back, we're going to have some guests, some topics. We're going to be talking to some amazing young inventors right here on the InventAmerica show. This is Home Talk USA radio program, along with my sidekick, Rita Crompton. Please visit our websites at HomeTalkUSA.com. And when you click there, it will have the InventAmerica link. You can click there. Any information, archives, anything you need to know about this radio program is sitting right there. And don't forget, please visit HomeTalkTV.com for the television part of this. So right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. Me and Rita's going to take a short break. We're going to be right back. Yay! Got to pay the bills, Rita!
You betcha.
questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to InventAmerica from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, welcome back, America. That's right. Don't forget, we are streaming live on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. All right, Rita, I tell you, I'm just so excited, as I told you when we got this, did our production meeting, a couple months ago, that we were going to get some young inventors on the line. The future of technology is to get these young people's minds, which is great. And you have a couple of them you want to talk to, right?
I do. I mean, it's so wonderful to know that inventing doesn't have an age top or bottom. Anybody can be an inventor. And so we are real excited today to have on a couple of these younger inventors. And so Sharita, I'm going to let you say your last name, my dear. Anyway, she is a sophomore in Cheshire, Connecticut, part of the school's robotic team, and has an avid interest in business as well. So she loves technology and includes playing the flute. So we are really happy to have you. Thank you so much. Please give everyone your name and then tell us about your invention, Myla Plus, a domestic violence alerting device.
Hi, I'm Suchita Srinivasan. Yeah, I'm a sophomore. So my invention, Myla Plus, is a domestic violence alerting device comprised of a hardware device and a mobile application. So the hardware device detects domestic violence by measuring the environment's sound level, and if it exceeds a threshold signifying an incident, then the victim's contact list or the police will be alerted. The mobile application is where the user can enter their personal or contact information.
Excellent. I mean, okay. Let's break it down a little bit because that was a huge explanation. So you've got a piece of hardware, and someone in a private home would use the hardware to then hooked up to the software that would then send out a notice, a signal to the police, first responders that there was a domestic violence going on.
Yes.
How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so I came up with this idea upon seeing so many domestic violence statistics and how 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner physical violence here in the USA. And it just really shows how prevalent this issue is. But what really pushed me to create this device was when a domestic violence incident occurred in my hometown, and the person affected by it was a classmate of mine. So seeing this happen so close to home made me realize how huge this issue was and how important it was to develop a solution.
All right. So with that said, I mean, these are some of the things that we work with on a pretty regular basis, is a piece of hardware with a corresponding piece of software. And, when it's a game changer, when it's going to save lives, they tend to do very well in the marketplace. So what is your next step? I mean, you've got the idea. You're very well spoken about the idea. What is your next step?
Yeah, so my next steps include implementing some features into the device to further benefit the user. So some of these features include researching voice recognition as a possible method of detecting domestic violence and using Bluetooth to communicate between the app and the device. The device isn't dependent on Wi-Fi. That way the device can be used in any location without Wi-Fi connection. So really my next steps are further developing my device so that when it's out on the market, it's great and it can help a lot of people.
All right. So then how do you get it out into the marketplace? I mean, for a lot of our inventors, all right, they have that aha moment. They have that idea. And it is not unusual that it's sparked by something that either happens at home, in the workplace, or in the neighborhood, that they see it and they've got, wouldn't it be cool if? But getting it now into the marketplace, that's for some people the big goal and the big challenge as well. What are your plans for that?
Yeah, so my ultimate goal with this device is to make sure users can get the best version of my product, and obviously it's to help victims of domestic violence to get the help that they need. And to get this product on the market, I would need to patent my device, but the first step before I get to that, I really want to make sure that my current device is the best version that it can be. So I really want to implement those future steps that I mentioned before, because oftentimes victims don't want to reach out to the authorities when an incident occurs, but Myla Plus really provides a great way for victims to inform their friends and families when an incident occurs without any action on their end. So that's my goal.
Okay. All right. Well, being able to, get it to the point where someone can use it. All right, someone else can use it. Getting the word out about the product is one of the big challenges that inventors have. So when you're looking at then some next steps that you can take, you're a sophomore in high school. By the time you're a sophomore in college, you're going to be solving world problems. So when you're going to school, it is really hard to be doing a full-time marketing job. What are your plans as far as being able to get then from I'm working on this device to it's ready to go, and now I need someone else to sell it because I've moved on to my next idea.
Mm-hmm.
So have you thought about, the marketing part of it? I know that was, kind of a bullseye question, but you are a smart young lady.
Yeah, so I have talked to a few people about, patenting advice, and a lot of people say that the first step is making sure that you really own your project and make sure that, it can't be stolen in any way. So once I do that, and once I bring it to, marketing attorneys and just different people who can really help me, bring this product out on the market, those are probably going to be the next steps, especially with me being in high school.
Yes. Most of the young inventors that I talk to, it's like, okay, time to move on to, my next idea. I think the first inventor that I worked with was actually in the 5th grade, the first student inventor I worked with. And he had a very, very cool product, got a patent on it, and, eventually ended up on TV. He was actually one of the guests on Shark Tank. So it was interesting to watch him grow and get his products. But, he was in school, so his mother ended up doing a lot of the work because she believed in him. And when you've got good parents that are behind you and are able to say, nope, we'll take it from here, you go on and get your degree or do your next brilliant idea.
Yeah, so that's definitely part of it. Yeah, my parents really supported me throughout this journey, and I'm really grateful for all their help, and definitely they would continue to support me in the next steps and really bringing this product out on the market. Yeah.
So, well, it's been a pleasure to have you, young lady. Best of luck to you. If you ever have any questions about next steps and how to do this, please feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call, because that's what we do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the interview and all your advice.
And we will get some of your information up there, and certainly through Julie. So we are going to go off and pay some bills. But if you want to be on InventAmerica, please go to the website, inventorlady.com. Thank you.
Welcome back to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to InventAmerica from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton, and if you would like to be on InventAmerica, please go to my website, inventorlady.com, and the form comes up there, and you fill it out, or you can go to inventamerica.info. We would love to have you, and that is where a lot of our guests come from, so thank you very much. Our next guest today is Sanvi Keskar. We are talking to young innovators because innovation knows no age limit, and so we are so excited to have, it's summertime, so we can have our young inventors on. Sanvi, thank you so much for being on with us today. Sanvi invented, and get this, all right, when she invented it, she was in the 5th grade, and now she is advanced into the 6th grade, but still, she's going to give everyone a run for their money when it comes to inventing. Sanvi Keskar, thank you so much for being on today, and tell us about your invention.
Thank you so much for having me, everybody. Hello, I'm Sanvi Keskar, and my invention is called Cafawaste X 2000, which means no cafeteria waste. My invention is an eco-friendly smart waste bin. I got this idea one day when I was eating in my school cafeteria. As you know, in large eating areas like school cafeterias and mall food courts, leftover food, plates, and utensils are not separated while being thrown into a trash bin and are all dumped into one container. Because all the trash is mixed together, utensils and plates cannot be recycled, and leftover food cannot be turned into compost. This causes the waste to go to landfills, which harms our planet. Animals eat this trash and get sick, and many greenhouse gases and toxic chemicals are released into the air, causing horrible diseases like cancer. Currently, the only way we can separate the leftover food and plates waste is by manually separating them in different trash bins, like we do in some food courts. But this is inconvenient, and not everyone separates it properly. This is where my invention helps solve the problem, as it will totally change the way we handle trash in cafeterias, food courts, and large eating areas. In my product, I created a filtering mechanism using a metal grid that will allow leftover food and plates to be separated automatically while being thrown into the smart bin. I've been working on this product for the past 2 years, and I'm currently on the 5th version of my product. I already have a provisional patent for my product, and I'm looking to file for a full patent soon. I'm planning to bring this product to the market also, so that as everyone starts using this invention, we will all automatically start helping our environment by reducing the amount of trash that we dump into landfills. One thing I learned from my invention journey is that inventing doesn't end. I'll continue to work on this smart bin and many other new products for many years to come, as it has now become my passion.
Well, you are very passionate when you speak, and you did a wonderful job. So what our listeners are interested in right now is, what has been the biggest challenge for you? As being, a student, you still have to go to school and get good grades. So what's been the biggest challenge for you up to now?
So the biggest challenge for me in my inventing journey was actually manufacturing my product. I wanted to manufacture a professional version so I could test it in my home with my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, instead of using props. I sent out many emails to local manufacturers, but I only got one response. I met the CEO of the company, and he really liked my idea, but the price to manufacture was way over my budget. I was really upset, as I had no other options. One day, when I was at the store with my family, I noticed that many of the other products were built in other countries. I thought, what if I reached out internationally? It was a long shot, but I wanted to give it a try, as I had nothing to lose. After sending out over 50 emails to manufacturers in Asia, I finally got 2 responses from India. I connected with the manufacturers multiple times via Zoom to explain my product. They agreed to manufacture the professional version. The whole process was very hard for me, as I didn't know how to move on with my invention, and it took a very long time. But I indeed learned a lot from it, which will help me in the future.
Right. How do you plan on getting to market then? How do you plan on being able to get people to buy the product?
Yes, absolutely. I'm planning on bringing this invention to the market. My first step currently is to file for a full patent, as it's very expensive. So I'm doing some research on patent filing attorneys and law schools to find a less expensive way. While I'm doing that, I'm also actively looking for a local manufacturer who I can partner with to build my product. My preference will be to find a manufacturer locally here in America, if possible. To test the market with actual customers, I will set up my smart bin in various school cafeterias and mall food courts to gather their feedback. After that, I'll tweak the product if necessary and will launch my product on Amazon and various online platforms. Finally, I would like to say, if you're passionate about saving our environment and animals from harmful plastics and waste that goes into landfills, I would love to partner with you. Please reach out to me at 614-615-4711. I would love to connect with anyone who can guide me with my patent and manufacturing a product that will help our planet by reducing waste going into landfills. Thank you.
Well, and thank you so much for being on today. We will list your email on the website when we get this posted. So we will air on putting on the different streaming platforms, and so that people can get in touch with you as soon as they're ready and when they see it. So we have had some people reach out to our different inventors to offer to give them some help. So that will be a good chance for people to reach out and connect with you. So is this the first invention you have ever worked on?
Yes, this is Vivian.
All right. Sanvi, I can hear the music playing. We're going to go and pay some bills. Thank you again for being on with us, and we will get your information posted, and I will give you a call next week, and we'll do some video together, all right?
This has been an amazing experience for me. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. I will talk to you again probably in a few days.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to InventAmerica from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton, also known as the Inventor Lady. My website is www.inventorlady.com, so go check us out. Julie Shively is our expert today. And, Julie, thank you so much for those two guests that we just had on. They were wonderful young ladies, very articulate, very passionate about their inventions, and we are grateful that, it's summertime and we can have some of those young innovators on because they are our future.
Yes, I'm so happy they were able to join you. Both come from wonderful programs in their own respective state, the Connecticut Invention Convention and the Ohio Invention League, and they've really done a lot to prepare their kids for events just like this and to go out and kind of spread the word about young innovators.
When I lived in Colorado, I was a judge at the Invention Convention at one of the fourth grade schools there, and it was always wonderful to go in and talk to the students and to see what they were doing. So thank you for participating with us so that we can encourage these young innovators to become active and to, go forward with their ideas. So tell us about the innovation world and what it is that you do to help the young innovators.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me to the show, by the way. The Innovation World, which is at innovationworld.org, is a resource for young innovators, entrepreneurs, inventors, and the educators who work with them and inspire them. It's really a good place for them to go if they're looking for a STEAM-related program or STEAM curriculum, or maybe the next step on their invention that they've made to figure out where do I go from here now that I've got my prototype built. All of those type of resources are available at Innovation World. Additionally, we have several programs that we've created that help empower young innovators. The Global Innovation Field Trip is the largest of those. It is a quarterly online multi-country collaboration celebrating young innovation from around the world. And we started this in May of 2020 as a result of COVID. And it's just taken off and hasn't stopped yet. We're getting ready this weekend, in fact, when your show is going to air. We'll be live at our next 24-hour event. It's our 14th event, and we've already done more than 885 presentations from 61 different countries. So we're really excited about this show. Anybody interested in learning about that can go to globalinnovationfieldtrip.org to learn more. And please come watch us on YouTube. Starts at noon on Saturday and ends at noon on Sunday, and it's just packed with young people from around the world, like the two guests that you just talked to, just people who want to get out there and share what they're doing in the innovation space.
Well, that's wonderful. And, how did you get started doing this?
Well, I spent about 18 years at the Ohio Invention League and then spent about a year and a half helping develop what is now the National Invention Convention, and it resides now at the Henry Ford. It used to be with a different organization when I was part of it. And when I wanted to branch off, I felt there was a need out there to have a main resource that held all of these different things and all these different opportunities for students. So that's where Innovation World originally came from. Additionally, we have things like we have a student Young Collaborators podcast now. So we have students who actually decide who they want to interview, what the nature of that interview is going to be, and they do everything. The only thing I'm doing is the back end, technical stuff never shown on camera or on voice. They just do such a great job. I mean, I think if you empower these students, it's amazing what they'll really do if you let them just do. And that's what we aim to do, is we do everything we can to help empower them and make them feel like they can charge forward because we really need them to.
Right. Well, it's wonderful, and we will make sure that we post your contact information, your different social media outlets that you want listed when we put everything out onto our different platforms. And, because like you said, there's so many times when people don't know you're there, and especially, in some of the rural areas that you've got a brilliant student, and if they can get in touch with you online, that's a wonderful resource for them, because otherwise they may not have something in their local rural schools.
Yep, absolutely.
So thank you. What is there one last sentence you want to share with our audience?
Just do everything you can to get involved in your local programs that help empower students. And thank you very much for this opportunity, Rita and Mike.
My pleasure, and we will make sure, like I said, that everybody has your contact information, and we will get it out there as much as we can. So thank you, Julie, so much for being on today. And we're going to go off and pay some bills. So thank you.
Thank you.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you have an invention or you know someone who does have something they're working on and you would like to be on the show, please go to inventamerica.info, and it says, there's a little button there that says, do you want to be on the show? Fill out the information. It drops right into my email box. We would love to have you. That is where the majority of our guests do come from. And the other thing is, you know, if you've got a product you've been working on, sign up now to go to the National Hardware Show with us. If you're in the process of working on something and you've got a question, go ahead and join us for the Inventor Roundtable meetings. If you need a service provider, yeah, we've got them. So give me a call. Tell me what you need. Scott Parsi is wonderful at doing prototypes. And then we have Addison at Kicker Design, and they are amazing at helping our inventors get their products teed up and ready for market and the manufacturing. So we've got wonderful service providers and wonderful opportunities for every inventor in America, coast to coast, any age, to join us. Please.
Home Talk USA with Michael King is produced by Home Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolific Arts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab, replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics, change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company, #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value, and most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com.
Yay!